What up? What up? Man, I finally crawled out from under my rock that I've been under since was it UFC 114. Anyway, try to forget about that. Um, First off, let me apologize for my absence. Let me apologize for the quality of this video. I'm still working on the settings of this thing, trying to get it to record right. Um, I'm here to talk about my boy Brock Lesnar. I thought that was a very good card the other day. I was a little bit too lazy to get it out on time. A lot of things been going on. A lot of things been happening, but it's neither here nor there. Like I said, I'm talking about Brock Lesnar, the UFC heavyweight champion. I've always been a big fan of Brock Lesnar, even going back to his days in the WWE. I always thought the guy was a great athlete. When I heard he was going to mixed martial arts, I thought he'd make a good fit for him with his wrestling background, his athleticism, and stamina. Especially for a guy his size, I figured he'd be a champion someday, and of course that happened a couple of years ago. Was it a couple of years ago? But yeah, um, like I said, I'm always been a big fan, always been a big supporter. However, I got to say I've never been more impressed with Brock Lesnar than I was Saturday. Um, Shane Carwin, with his wrestling ability, his comparative size, and that just devastating power in his hands, he is as difficult a matchup as it's going to be for Brock Lesnar in the heavyweight division, because that is a guy that you saw in Brock's previous fights. Guys were halfway down by the time Brock got in position to shoot a double. I mean, no one's been able to give him any trouble, with the takedown. He's been able to man, people just hit the floor like they've been shot when he shoots in. Shot when he shoots down. And he got a hold of Carwin and he ran through him. I mean, he was running through it. I didn't think anyone could withstand that kind of shot from a guy like Lesnar, but Shane, he was able to just get those underhooks, just stuff the shot, and make Brock Lesnar play his game. Um, I know Carwin eventually punched himself out on the ground, but as you've seen with Shane Carwin's fights, when he's hit people, when he's touched people, they go down. They didn't get hurt; they were out. It was over. You know, like Christian Wellish, Neil Wayne was it, and Frank Mir and Gabriel Gonzaga. It just like all it took was one good shot and a few good clean ones, and they went down. Brock, he ate the uppercut. He went down a little bit. He had some good shots. He had a couple good shots, but I think he put his hands up and blocked. I think Shane Carwin tried to get busy, tried to look busy, tried to make the ref stop the fight. Brock did a good job. I mean, despite being under the duress that he was under, um, he still was able to listen to the ref's commands and keep moving and make it, and show intelligent defense. Because there was part I thought the fight was going to get stopped. When I was looking, I was waiting for him, waiting for the ref to come in and see that point where it's over. But Brock was able to avoid that point. Every time the ref said something, he moved, he got out of danger, and he got back, and he eventually got back up to his feet by the end of the round. And it's like a lot of people are criticizing that for being in trouble in the first place, but like I said, he ate the shot no one can eat, and he was in a bad place that most wrestlers hate being on their backs. I know Brock wasn't having any fun down there, but like I said, for him to go down there, eat those shots, for him to take all that, that just shows incredible resolve on his part, and just great heart and determination to be a champion and stay in the fight and find a way to win. And he eventually did find a way to win. Taking down Carwin and hitting him with the arm triangle submission. A lot of people have been criticizing Brock for not having more ways to win, just being just a ground and pound monster. Like I said, he's just been every fight. The guy is just showing just new technique. He's getting better every fight as champion and as like the number one fighter in his division. He is like I said, he's still improving. He's still very much a work in progress. He still hasn't been around that long. For him not to be around this long and be able to do as well as he has, even despite everyone just saying the size, this, that, the other. I mean, I think that's a great achievement. I think Brock just definitely deserves a lot of respect for the performance he put in at UFC, 116 was it? Yeah, I think 116. A lot of people are arguing, and plus in the state of flux that the heavyweight division is in, I think that no doubt Brock Lesnar is the best heavyweight in the world. Um, Fedor Emelianenko, I mean, no one can deny what this guy's done except Dana White, but no one can deny the caliber of fighter that Fedor Emelianenko has, the legacy that he's established, and the dominance that he has just lorded over mixed martial arts for like, oh, what, almost 10 years or whatever, if not more. The guy's an incredible fighter, an incredible athlete, and but unfortunately, it's like in mixed martial arts, when you're fighting top level guys on the regular, or just when you're taking on the best available fighter you can take on, and a guy like Fabricio Verdum, or before that Brett Rogers, when you're just taking on the best guys that they have at the moment, eventually you're going to lose. It doesn't really speak to who Fedor is as a fighter. He didn't get exposed. He just went to the ground and was just messing around in the guard of a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, one of the most respected in the sport. Um, and like I said, he just got tapped there, but like a lot of people say that he probably should still be the number one heavyweight. No, I mean, if you lose, you lose. You're out of the running there. You have to build that back up. That's been a problem with Fedor Emelianenko. With his refusal to, fight in the UFC, he's not exactly taking on the best fighters, that he could possibly, that is possible. He took on the best fighters in Strikeforce, but people really want to see how he'd do in the UFC, and with his failure to do that, I'm not blaming anybody for that, and this loss with Verdum, that really does put a question on, just is he better? Is he assuredly better than the best in the UFC? Because while he was winning all the time and dominating all the time, um, yeah, he could still hold on to those past laurels with pride and everything. But now with this loss, he really does have prove himself if he's going to be considered the number one fighter in the world, period, or at heavyweight. Um, that was a great win, of course, by Fabricio Verdum. However, that's a lot that he still has a bit to prove too. Going 2-2 in the UFC, and definitely coming into Strikeforce, he was very dominant. Very dominant. Had some wins over Antonio Silva. I forgot who his debut fight was, but the guy's just definitely, that's a huge win for him, and that definitely turns back some attention to him, because he's definitely because at one time he was considered the next in line before Brock Lesnar was given the shot against Randy Couture. So I hope to see more of Fabricio Verdum. Hopefully he'll take on the champion and Alistair Overeem. And Alistair Overeem, that's the guy that's been making a lot of waves. People have been talking about him. However, I think I'm still not convinced. I mean, he's definitely looking a lot better. He's definitely a lot bigger, but I'm still think that after the way his career went at light heavyweight, and the let me see, sorry, losing my train of thought there. Phone's going off on this, but as much as people like to hype up Overeem, the guy hasn't done a whole lot to impress me at heavyweight. Uh, I mean, like I said, I knew him as a light heavyweight where he was just losing to all the top guys, and I heard he's developed a big buzz from K1 kickboxing, and moving to heavyweight. However, still at heavyweight, I haven't seen him tested like he was at light heavyweight, so I'm not sure that this guy's as changed as a lot of people think, because he's just been fighting a lot of cans right now. No disrespect, I don't mean any disrespect to the people he has been fighting, but with the exception of Brett Rogers, I don't think any of the guys he's fighting are really relevant at the weight class to be giving this guy the buzz that he's been getting, so far. So I like to see him take on Verdum, a guy that he's faced before in the openweight Grand Prix, I believe, and lost to in the second round via Kimura. So, I mean, when you're talking about Overeem, you're talking about a guy that has never had really many significant wins in mixed martial arts for the amount of buzz that he's been getting as this top heavyweight. Everyone makes him out to be. So I still want to see a little bit more from Verdum. But yeah, I think no question, Brock Lesnar is a great champion and the number one heavyweight in the sport. Um, so again, sorry for being AWOL for so long, and hopefully I'll be a little bit more active later. I'll see y'all around, right?